For introduction, student gather primary data utilizing quantitative data using the survey questionnaire students have produced and distributed online using qualitative data, charts, and brief explanation. Discussion of the demographic of primary data collecting opens each chapter, which is followed by discussion of the study within the context of the research issue. To ensure the study could locate the answer more quickly, the study gathered information from 95 respondents throughout the survey. The study also aims to determine the factors that contribute intention using students to learn financial knowledge, which is one of the goals. Let's see gender pie chart first. The result of demographic gender profile indicates that 29% are male USIM students and 71% are USIM female students. This shows that USIM female students are more interested in answering this question. The following age figure shows that 20% respondents are between age of 19 until 21st years old, 78% are between 22 until 25 years old, and 2% of respondents are between 26 until 39 years old. The highest percentage of the factors that contribute to the intention of using students to learn financial knowledge respondents range from 22 until 25 years old. In conclusion, the respondents between 22 until 25 years old are more dominant in learning financial knowledge. The demographic factor shows that 42% from Faculty Ekonomi Muamalat, 80% from Faculty Major Language, 11% from Faculty Leadership and Management, 10% from Faculty of Quran Sunnah, 9% from Faculty Syariah and Law, 5% respondent from Faculty Medicine and Health Science, 4% for Faculty Science and Technology, and 1% for Faculty of Dynasty. In short, there are many faculties that involved in this survey. Next, pie chart shows about year of respondent. This shows that the maximum percentage are 64% USIM student from third year student. Meanwhile, the lowest is 8% USIM student from year 4. In the pie chart also shows that 90% and 9% both respectively from year 1 and year 2. This shows that USIM students from all 4 year students give good cooperation in answering this survey. For last pie chart, we will see the very sensitive demographic factor. The empirical data shows that 53% respondent monthly income is less than 4,850, while only 11% of respondent monthly income is more than 10,960. 36 respondent monthly income is between 4,850 until 10,959. This monthly income are referred to respondent's household income, not the monthly income of respondent. This shows that all respondents honest when answer this question. Other than that, we can see the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation in this slide.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Amira binti Aznan, matric number 1202291. So, 4 questions from data from dependent variables result are interpreted in a chart and the findings are expressed based on the descriptive analysis. So, first question, I intend to learn financial knowledge for unexpected expenditure. Pie chart state the highest number of people strongly agree with total 44.2%, with mean 4.2 and standard deviation 0.894 indicates majority of respondents agree with this statement. So question number 2, did your parents or other family members encourage you to learn about financial knowledge? Out of 95 respondents, 32.6% respondents agree that parents and family encourage them to learn financial knowledge, with standard deviation 3.74 higher than mean 1.05, meaning that the data is less reliable. Question number 3, I have my own financial goals in 5 to 10 years ahead. Finding shows that the most of respondents, 35.8%, chose natural, which may be because they are not confident about their financial planning in the future. So mean is 3.726 and standard deviation 0.972. Last but not least, question 4, how much do you agree that learning financial knowledge can bring a better future to someone's life? With mean 4.431 and standard deviation 0.883 indicates that respondents give response that are more inclined than financial knowledge can guarantee a better future for them.
Move to the next section, which is analysis and discussion. In this part, we use 3 items to help us get results. To examine the relationship between independent variables and dependent variables. The items is multiple regression analysis, ANOVA table, and coefficient. Multiple regression analyses are used for to get and access the strength of the dependent variable and independent variables. From the regression statistics table, we just want a result for the R square, which is equal to 0.4756. Based on this coefficient, the model can be said to predict the dependent variable very well. From the ANOVA table, we want to see a result for significance f. If the results for significance f is less than 0.05, this may indicate that independent variables may give an impact to the dependent variable. The last part is coefficient. For this part, we set a rejection rule to reject null hypothesis if the p-value is less than 0.05. So from the answer, we got two answers that greater than 0.05. So the ratio that we get is 2:1. So we can conclude in the end that hypothesis was rejected.
Coefficient of current economic crisis factor that contribute to intention using student learn financial knowledge. So we do the regression analysis. Then we got the high employment rate is positive number. So we can assume that high employment rate make the user student to learn financial knowledge. As we can see, the p-value is close to 0.05. Coefficient of planning for future factor that contribute to using student learn financial knowledge. So we can see the all number is positive, but we want the number that close to 0.05. So we can see that p-value that close is the 0.0632, which is the financial knowledge will help users student manage the finance wise in the future. Coefficient of the influence by social media factor that contribute to intention usage student learn financial knowledge. So we can see the most p-value that close to the 0.05 is the 0.2906, which is the question is social media platform improve user student understanding about financial knowledge. Summary: we have three sections, which is demographic, dependent, and independent variable. We use the multiple regression to find out the significant. A value is 0.05, so we accept the hypothesis that lower than A value and reject the hypothesis that higher than A value. So the only independent variable that we accept is planning for future because it's lower than 0.05. So we assume that we accept the hypothesis null and reject the hypothesis alternative.
So let's continue with the last chapter, that is chapter 5. Implication of the research. Financial education encourage saving, can improve an individual's standard of living through increased financial stability, the ability to prioritize important financial expense, the ability to manage money and debt effectively by avoiding loans that must be repaid later, the ability to create an efficient structured budget to still have money set aside. And then, limitation of study. Because questionnaires are used to collect data, respondents may not provide answers that are completely accurate to how they act and behave. The statistics are not necessarily representative of the population. Data analysis will not be able to properly evaluate. And then, for the last is future direction. May include a variety of methodology like interviews, qualitative technique, longitudinal studies. And then can do survey to various universities to determine the reliability and validity of research model in various cultural contexts, including cultural factors that can better show the dimensions of the factor that influence the intention to learn financial knowledge. So that's all from us. Thank you.